Welcome to the DYSON'S Effect,
a show about everyday situations, issues, and topics we talk about and give our opinions.
We may even listen to yours.
We are your hosts, Johnny
and Theresa,
also known as Mr. and Mrs. Dyson. This is Johnny.
This is Theresa.
And this is another episode of the
DYSON'S Effect.
Why you cut your eyes at me?
What?
Why you cut your eyes at me? Why you had a little slick look for you? Like, what was that look for?
Why did you have that remark?
So we're back again. I mean, I did the last episode without you.
Last two.
Very exciting.
I ain't feel like talking to them. I'm just playing.
Great. Okay. All right. How you been doing? First, how you been doing physically? First, for the people that may want to know how your body is doing.
I'm having leg pains now, so I guess that has something to do with it. So, yeah, I'm dealing with that. I feel like I walked up a lot of steps. I don't do anything, so.
Soreness.
Yeah.
No more back pain.
Like I did a leg workout or something.
Okay.
But, other than that.
How are you doing spiritually?
I'm okay.
Not good. Okay, so how are you doing mentally?
I'm okay.
Not good. You have more to say about the physical pain than anything else. So, we got a topic. Before we get into this topic, what made you pick this topic? Or choose this topic per se?
Oh, I've probably seen it, a discussion somewhere, but I don't remember. And then, why not? Women do it a lot, so.
Interesting point.
Is it, a difference in the men or women, I guess, when it comes to it?
Okay. I guess, I want to dive in a little bit on it. But I want to go a different angle. So I'm going to send you this article. But what's the topic for everybody that is just craving to know, that is just dying to hear Theresa come back and wait for her to give her expertise on everything that she knows and everything to just how you break it down and just your effervescent, your essence, lay it down. What's the topic?
Could you be with a man that wear wigs or other enhancements?
Now, before you give your opinion, I want to lead up to your opinion. Have you been seeing men wear wigs and some type of what is the first thing that comes to your mind when, because they was doing the the videos were showing how men do they coming in, they get their hair done a certain type of way. This is one thing that I will say that before things hit mainstream, it comes out to only a few to test it out. But have you paid attention to some of the men that are bald now, and before they were going bald, they was doing certain movies that you was like, is that their real hair?
Well, yeah, they do the hair pieces like toupees, I guess, but they can cut them down and make them have waves and all that. Now I've seen it. Barbers do it several times. So.
But that's now though. So like, what I'm saying is that stuff probably been out and we just not seeing it because it's been on social media and everywhere. So just imagine the ones that's been out, because they were saying that I'm not sure if it's true or not. I don't know, but they were saying like Steve Harvey been bald. They were saying that was a hairpiece he was wearing for a long time. And so I want to go back a little bit. I'm going to send you this article real quick. And there was a time, even for the men that are on our money, that men of colonial times that wore wigs. Certain British men, certain Spaniards, many people, different countries wore them. And this is an interesting reason why men wore wigs. And not just why did they wear wigs, but some that had white hair, they powdered it up. So I want you to go down to where it says unfortunate and read that why those men of those colonial times wore wigs.
Because of an STD?
Read that paragraph.
In the late 16th century, an epidemic of syphilis broke out in Europe. One of the unfortunate side effects of these diseases was patchy hair loss.
Interesting.
Adding to the problem was the fashion trend of long flowing hair for men. Hair loss, especially patchy hair loss, was enough to cause problems for a man's reputation, resulting in public embarrassment and loss of status. So wigs became a fast sensation to hide any unwanted odors, from using aging animal hair powders scented with lavender or orange were used on wigs.
So just things they have. Louis the 18th, the 13th, the 18th of France. At age 35, he had long black hair down to his stomach almost. And they were wearing it because it showed status, prestige. They were wearing it also because of the
syphilis outbreak.
Syphilis. Just think about that. Like, syphilis was so common back then. They were wearing wigs. Mm-hmm. So, up until that point, wigs were only used for people that would only cover up their hair loss. It wasn't, even though Kings was wearing it, so on and so forth. I mean, I think they said King Louis was wearing it he was experiencing hair loss at the age of 17, and he hired 48 wig makers to help his diminishing curls. That was at 17. He was still a young man at the time. Now, the reason why I'm saying all this is it was a point in time when it was common, just like it was a point in time, believe it or not, there was men. I got to find the picture of this time. I think when they used to use the tally stick to count money and all that stuff, but it was also a time period when men used to wear high heels shoes, but they wasn't like women's, but they was like men's dress shoes at times with a high heel. Although times has changed. So, what do you? I'll ask you this. For the not just white men, but black men that only keep the patch of hair around their head. Like, what do you do?
Just let it go. Just you can't just hold on to. You're gonna have a head full of hair or no hair at all.
There is no in the middle.
No.
You don't like the ring around the George Jefferson look?
For no man, whether you're white, black, Asian, whatever. It's just let it go. Just cut it off. I just don't even understand how you sit in a barber chair and then you just
and ask for that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you gotta figure out
just putting a bowl at the top of your head.
Because they do have to get the sides lined up.
Right.
And then for the men that have a beard, they get the side of their hair around the hair lined up, and then the beard.
Yeah, if you got a patchy beard, just let it go.
Just let it go. Not a patchy beard. I think a patchy beard is like creative, like a beard, like a little spot here, a little spot. Not, I don't want to say patchy, but like you can get it like lined up in a certain way that like it look different. Like everybody don't got no patchy beard lined up in a certain kind of way. Like, no, I think it's different. I'm with the different look. I'm with not looking like everybody else. I'm really considering getting my locks back in my beard. I'm getting like about either I'm gonna get like them all right here.
No, that's okay.
Or I'm gonna get some locks. I'm gonna get like 1, 2, 3 locks right here. Or get like one braided lock right here in the middle.
No, that's
get
okay.
one lock.
No, that's okay.
No, I think I'm gonna get 2. I think I'm gonna get one right here and one on the side. Either I'm gonna get 3 or 2. I think I'm gonna get that. I'm getting some type of locks in my beard. Ain't nobody got that.
So that don't mean you need to get it. That don't make sense.
That's gonna be fly. Now watch when I get it.
That ain't gonna be fly.
Watch when I get it. Somebody gonna try and copy it. Somebody be like, oh, I gotta get that. That look hard. I'm getting that. Somebody gonna get it. Somebody gonna try and get the locks in the beard. Now there was an article I was reading about. I guess a doctor was putting up some postings or whatever, and he was put up some posting about men and hair loss, and then being that he's older, he's like in his 60s, whatever. I think he put up something on TikTok, and he said the young kids was coming after him and talking about his hair and everything. So when he bought a hairpiece, but he had his hairpiece for like, I think he said like 13, 15 years. And one of the things he said that men experience vanity at a young age more than what people think. Mm-hmm. So it had me thinking, like, your body changes over a course of time, right? So if you get a hairpiece in your 20s, because a lot of men, hair loss start young in their 20s. If you get a hairpiece in your 20s, like, what is the time frame? Like, man, should I keep this hairpiece when I get in my 30s? Like, you want to evolve with the hairpiece, right? So, do you think that? I mean, because he talks about it on here about the celebrities like Sean Connery, Bruce Willis, all of those people have and still are dealing with their baldness, and it wasn't so at the time he was dealing with it wasn't so common to be okay with it, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about men that struggle with it?
Struggle with it?
Yeah, they struggle with how they look on going bald. Keep the patch of hair around the head, or no. You know the dudes that line it up, and you can still see like it's thinning in the top and in the middle.
Let it go. I mean, I mean, either that or I guess pay the money for the enhancement that some barbers do and specialize in. But that's not good. That's only probably gonna last you a week or two. it's kind of like you have to figure out and build your self confidence to the point to where you are comfortable with, hey, if I'm gonna be bald, I'm gonna be bald. Like I can't say hair shouldn't define you because it defines a lot of women. That's why they buy it, and without it, they feel lost or don't feel as pretty as themselves, I guess. But I think either it's like pay the money to do the enhancements or let it go, because you out here looking crazy with a bald spot, but you gotta line up. And your barber should probably be like, especially if it's a long time barber, they'd be like, you just, what you hold it on. I know there's a lot of men that holds on to it.
Well, first, I had locks before, and I had cut my locks off before I come over. I know my hair was thinning and thinning and thinning and thinning. And I was like, is my hair thinning or is it coming out? Or I didn't know, because sometimes when you get locks, they pull the mess out of your hair, for one. And for two, the locks become heavy. And my locks were getting real long. So I kind of really didn't know, but I didn't really never think about it. So one day came, and I was like, I think I want to cut this hair off. I just made a decision. I was thinking about it for a while, for a long time. Then my hair started thinning a little bit more at the top, and I'm like, I could just cut it off. I went through different stages with my hair, as far as me being rebellious with it. Like, when I graduated from college, I couldn't find a job to save my life. So what I did was I grew my hair out. So I was like, well, if they ain't gonna hire me, they ain't gonna hire me. So they ain't gonna hire me for nothing. So they basically you gonna hire me for my marriage, not on how I look. So that's kind of like what I was going with it. And then after that, when I started getting locks and everything, it just really wasn't a big deal. But I wanted to get my locks as opposed to me going to the next stage. Like, I ain't cutting my hair. Like, I don't care. Like, it really wasn't a big deal. Like I don't care. I ain't cutting my hair. Yada yada this, yada that. And then once my hair started thinning, I was like, yeah, I can cut my hair. I mean, well, did you notice my hair was thinning?
Mm-hmm.
So you was ready for me to cut it?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, thank you.
He was one that didn't want to let it go.
I was?
Mm-hmm.
I really wasn't even thinking about my hair. Like, my hair never really come across my mind. Didn't never really come across my mind. Like, dang, I'm going bald. Like, I never really didn't cut my hair. So then I cut my hair. Then, like, after a while, I started cutting it real low. I'm like, yeah, my hair coming out. I'm going bald. And I think it only lasts for like a few months. And then I just started cutting my hair bald. Like, just started cutting my hair bald. Like, it really wasn't. I don't know. Like,
I mean, some men don't want to depart with their hair because
they hold on.
A lot of men probably feel like that makes them old, or some people start balding when they teenagers. So it just depends, I guess, what kind of hair follicles you have, or.
I wanted to do the research. Can't think of it right now. But it's a guy we were going to school with, and it's a couple people who I knew had it looking back, but they never really didn't say nothing. It's a disease that they have when they don't grow hair all over their body. And like they don't have eyebrows.
Alopecia?
No, it's a disease. I can't think of it, but a guy had it when we were going to Baker, and there was somebody that had it at the high school a couple times, and cause they was bald. Like, you could tell, like they don't have no arm hair, no hair on their fingers, none of that. And I was like, interesting. And these people have to deal with being bald at a young age. I mean, is men more sexier bald-headed, from your opinion?
No,
her.
I mean, I've seen some decent looking man that's bald headed. I mean, I think as long as you keep it clean shaved and you can't be bald on your head and bald on your face.
You
probably look like a pedophile or something. Like,
you gotta have some hair somewhere.
Yeah. So,
I look too freakish.
Yeah. So I think if you have a bald head, you should probably have a nice beard. To
give me top 3 men that's bald headed that you think look really nice, look really good. Give me 3 celebrities or known people. Don't have to be a celebrity. Make it real easy for you.
Jeezy.
Oh shit! I should have seen that one coming. Oh god. Okay, Jeezy. Hey. Okay, Jeezy. Yeah, Jeezy. I should have known Jeezy was coming. I got a side note to this conversation too. Somebody else made a question about this too. Jeezy.
Rick Ross looked decent, but if you
he grew his hair out.
No, he did.
Mm-hmm. That fade. Now he do. I wonder he get his hair get it. Yeah, he got fade, baby. Now. And he been rocking bald before he came into the game. And now he has a fade.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think who else. Morris Chestnut. And he actually don't have a beard though.
Morris Chestnut?
Yeah, I don't think he has a beard.
No, he had a mustache.
A mustache.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Morris Chestnut, Jeezy. Interesting too. These men, different stature. Okay, 2. Give me one more. He got the bald that look nice. Come on, 2. Give me one more. A man that's bald that look nice. That's like, yeah, he look really nice. He take care of himself. He clean. Keep it lined up nice. Come on. Bald. Because I know you done seen it, like, oh, okay. Because I want to say, what's that movie he was in? I think he had some sprayed on hair in that one movie. Like when you could look at it and think like a man.
Who has sprayed?
Morris Chestnut. His hair was too crisp and dark and black. I'm like, oh, that was sprayed on. Like I can tell, like, oh, that was sprayed on. That was sprayed.
I was trying to think of one more person.
That was sprayed on. You can tell. And not for nothing. When you get that sprayed on, like you can't do nothing. You can't like that only lasts what and they go to artwork with that hair. They do the line up and everything. Like, so you can't do nothing with that. That's how I know that's really for the movies. Like, you can't take a shower. You can't go hooping. You can't go outside because it be hot. You're going to sweat it out. So they spray that on. So I'm like, come on, give me another dude. Another dude. I need 3. So out of all the men that's bald, you choose Jeezy, Morris Chestnut. That look nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably, I don't know.
That's it? I smashed up. No comedians? I don't know. Is it a comedian? Donnell Rollins? You know whatchamacall was bald and he put it on social media that he went and got the surgery? He got out the club. Prime time got the surgery. Deion Sanders?
Got what surgery?
He got the surgery to put the hair in, and he was like showing it all, like, oh yeah, I'm back. I wouldn't got it done, like, oh, Prime with it. But I could kind of.
But I'm sure a lot of people with money then had the hair implants. You just ain't gonna know.
Yeah, but it fits. If Prime got it done, if anybody know, Prime time is Deion Sanders. Deion, it makes sense because he like a braggadocious. He talks stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, he like stunning. He like that. He like that talk, that, you know, so I can get it why he done it. You know what I'm saying? Because he know how to talk. And his persona is nothing to be played with. One of my favorite people. Just one of my favorite people. Just as far as being different. I think that. What about any Caucasian man? What's his name? Oh no, he's not Paul. Brad Pitt. What about the other one? John Travolta? No. I don't know. But I know that when I cut my hair off bald, my uncle's is bald, so like, you know, I was okay with it. I'm like, cut my hair bald, forget it. And I started to like how I could play with this beard, because I always had like a season that I keep my beard, take my beard off, keep my beard, take my beard off. So one day, this is a while back, and I was like, man, I'm gonna do this beard and have my hair bald, and I was looking at it a certain type of way. Long story short. And you know, I've seen, I think The Rock. No, I seen somebody else, and they were talking about, man, if you're gonna be bald, you gotta stay nice. And it was somebody. I don't know who it was. It was somebody, a celebrity. But then I seen The Rock, and The Rock got this quote that I still go by to this day, and it makes sense. The reason why I kind of struggle with going bald was am I getting old? That was like, was I getting old? Because I started having gray hair too. So like a couple strands of gray. I'm like, huh? But one of the things that Rock said that I still live by to this day, and it makes sense, is that he said, if you're going to be in your 30s, be the baddest motherfucker walking in your 30s. When you get to your 40s, be the baddest one. Be in your 50s, in your 60s, be the baddest person walk. And I took that as mentally and spiritually. And then later, I was like, oh, I'm going to be the baddest motherfucker in my physically. Like physically, I'll try to be the baddest person my age. Physically. So no matter if I'm bald, like I don't give a damn if I'm bald, but how the rest of me look. So that's one of the things that I kind of always look at, like, yeah, okay, I might be bald, but how the rest of my body look like I'm 20 years old, you know what I'm saying? Or like I'm 15-year-old, like I'm all in shape. So that's one of the things I looked at. So with that being said, what is your opinion on men that wear those wigs and all that shouting? What's your opinion?
I don't think I would personally like it. But at the same time, because I don't wear wigs, so.
So you don't want me to come in with the cornrows taped to my head? Mm-hmm. No, you know you can get that put on.
No. So
I'm gonna buy a wig. No, you know what wig I seen and I saved it on Amazon. I'm gonna get it too. No, you know I'm for real. You know what wig I get? No. I'm gonna get the Show Enough wig. Show Enough.
So for me, the hair enhancements, it would probably be a no.
Why?
It's just.
Be straight.
For one, it's like, what, you gonna be in the bathroom taking it off? Like, what are we doing? Like,
I'm gonna set this right here.
Or will you have this enhancement and I would never know? Mm-hmm. Like some women, you know, you don't never see them without their hair or their wig.
Yes,
so
yes. So you'd be like
some men, I guess, if it's something you have and I don't know about. I mean, but eventually I would know, because what if we go swimming or go to the beach or
he like, baby, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm sure you can't get it wet or, you know, anything like that. So unless, well, I mean, women get their lace fronts wet now, so they make
so what if a dude get a lace? Well, he have to have hair on top to get the lace front there, right?
No. No.
Oh, you don't?
They can glue it on your scalp. That's what a lot of men that I see get that hair enhancement. They are bald, and it's like a toupee, and they just glue it, and they can cut it down and look like it had waves and.
Yeah, I know that, but that ain't a lace front though, is it? A lace front is.
No, not for the man. It's not a lace front.
All right,
but
so if a man.
no, you can get a lace front and be bald headed. You don't need hair for a lace front.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you need hair.
Sure, what I know. I sure don't know nothing about that.
So for me, the hair enhancements is I don't even care for the spray. Like when I see the barbers doing that, it's just
You be
like
seeing, and hold on, whoa.
yeah.
People know you got a little haircut, so you do go to the barber shop to get your hair done. So
I don't see the toupee things, but the spray, yes.
what?
The whatever they call it, yes.
And they be getting that sprayed on while you in there.
Yeah, I mean they got to get their hair cut. They don't care that I'm in there. If they getting a haircut and they get it, that's what they get. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. So it's like cause
I'm like, if you gonna spray me up, man, let's go to the back. Like, man, should nobody see you getting this spray on your head? Like that should be like in the back door. Like you should be able to knock on the door, go down this little corridor that goes in a circle. You know what I'm saying? Raise this little shaft that comes up. You know, shimmy down this hallway and all that. Then that's where you're
gonna be done right in front of everybody. I guess for enhancement for men is like enhancement for women. Like why can't the man have it or do it, but it's okay for women to do it and catfish people or get away with doing things. Right. So I guess if you're looking at it to that scenario, then it's okay, whatever makes you happy, but would it be something that I would be okay with? Probably not. It's like, okay, if you're bald, embrace it, be bald. It's a part of life. Eventually, everyone loses their hair, and figure out how you can own your baldness. And some people think having hair keeps them young too. Like if they lose all their hair, they some men might feel like they're not young anymore, or they old. Or
I wouldn't do it a little bit. Not that I'm young, but I didn't want to be old.
So, but having hair, does that really makes you not old? Because Keith Sweat looked like he had a head full of hair. I mean, it was low cut. I don't know if it was sprayed on or what, but he's 60, so.
He look good for 60.
Yeah.
He look good for 60. Yeah, I give him that. Mm-hmm. So, how do you feel? Well, I guess it's not the same, but me and Eddie was talking probably like last year or the year before last. Me, I don't even be paying attention. So stuff didn't dawn on me, and I really didn't catch it. And I was like, he was saying that a lot of people is coloring their hair, or just dyeing their hair back black, and or some of them are dyeing it gray. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think Lil Duval dyes his gray.
Well, I get dyeing the gray back black, but I don't get dyeing the black gray for a man.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that.
And I was starting to think, Eddie was like, yeah, you could tell because how your beard gray. Or how your head gray and your beard. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't want to have this conversation. Like, that's too much. Like, I can understand when men get their hair dyed black. Or their beard, whatever.
Well, I mean, if they use dye anyways, they probably feel like, what's the issue if it's black or gray?
Yeah.
Some men want to have a gray beard, but can't naturally do it. So.
Yeah, like, I got some gray in mine. Like, the gray is coming in mine and it's coming in my mustache. Years ago, I had pulled some of my gray hairs because, not because they was gray, because they came like in odd spaces. Like they was coming like by my nose, by my nose, and it looked like a weird booger or something. Like, that don't look right. But in my hair and all that stuff, I didn't care about it in my hair, but like in an odd place, I'll pull it, but it'll always come back. So I think, for one, yeah, you know me. I don't categorize men and women the same. Men can't do what women do. Women are meant to look beautiful and do all the stuff they need to do to look beautiful and all that stuff. That's just what I think. If a woman want to wear a wig, it's not the same as a man wearing a wig. And they shouldn't be try to be put on the same pedestal as a woman, for whatever, I disagree with that. I think that the men, well, I'll ask you, do you think whether it's going bald is a growing old issue?
No, because like people go bald when they teen, so I don't think it's a growing old issue. I just think it depends on your hair follicles and different other things down the line.
Do you think it's a self-esteem or a self-confidence issue?
I think it ends up being that, yes, because a lot of men, like we see, hold on to that little circle or that because they are, I guess, afraid of going bald because of maybe their self-confidence.
So me, I never had an issue with me going bald as opposed to self-esteem or self-confidence. Even when I was getting a little bit heavier. And that was a shift for me too. When I cut my hair, that's when I think that's roughly around I started boxing. If you remember. Mm-hmm. And then I started, working out more and more, and I started, eating right, eating differently. Anyway, I think that's just my opinion. I think most men that struggle with going bald, struggle with their hair issues in general, I think they have a self-esteem or self-confidence issue, and rightfully so. I get it. But I think that the measures that you go, for one, to get this sprayed on, it's too much work. Mm-hmm. It's just too much work. Yeah. It's too much. Even not even the head. Let's just say the beard. I think the beard is still too much because, if, for the men that have long beards and beard periods, that has to be washed. The beard has to be washed because the beard ends up taking follicles like the hair on your head. So you have to wash it, condition it, so on and so forth. So when you put some spray in it, they go to me, that's a little bit, and then I can tell now, I wasn't trying to, I can tell they sprayed that beard. Hey man, nobody's beard that dark and that perfectly lined up. Clippers don't do it, blades don't do it. That was spray on. And then when you watch these movies, you watch all this stuff that lineup is too sharp. That's spray. That is spray. That's spray that they got. So I think the spraying, it's too much work when you got to spray it. I think the first stage when you is on the fence, like how a person want to look, is the dyeing. Like when you're coloring or dyeing your hair for a man, that's like the first stage. Like, okay, how far do this you want to go, because you can color or dye your hair and still not be bald. Cool, you can have a whole head full of gray hair and still not be bald. So I think that's an on the fence look of how a man feels, for right, wrong, and indifferent. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the spraying, it's too much work. It's too much. It's too much because you can't do nothing with it. Right. It's too much work. And I think for the last stage of when you go to putting the pieces on your head, that's the last stage of when it's all right. What we doing? Yeah.
Yeah, but there are people there are barbers that specialize in it, that does that.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
And get paid a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not cheap like a Like I'm sure they're not cheap.
So, hypothetically speaking, if a dude came up to you, let's do it in threes. You dating the dude, come to find out, he been spraying his hair. How would you feel if he like had on some spray? Like you could like that look like him spraying. Cause especially because you done been to the barbershop, so you know how I look a little bit. So how would you feel if you seen a dude with some spray? Like, okay, I could tell that they put something to that man's head. Like, how would you feel? For real,
I honestly couldn't say how I would feel. I don't know if I would feel a way. Like, I mean, it would make me question probably other stuff. Like, what else you doing?
Yeah.
But I don't know. And it depends on, like, how long have I been dating this guy, and...
It's not a new date. Let's just say you like him. Let's push the envelope a little bit. Say you like him. It's been a year.
I mean, it could eventually become a turn off.
Damn.
I don't know. I don't know about.
No, be honest.
I don't know about the spray. The toupee hair thing I ain't doing, but the spray ain't as bad because I mean I guess you have some hair it just may be thin or may not be as dark. A lot of people can use it for the darkness it gives, but
it does give it a real dark look.
Yeah. So.
But what if he got it sprayed on and he bald, Theresa? Come on.
Then I probably wouldn't have to say something like.
What would you say?
And especially if I'm not using no wigs or, nothing like that.
Well, that's easy because you don't now. But, this is hypothetical, so I give you that. So, what would you say, though? Like, what would you...
I probably would be like, I didn't know you used the hairspray or...
I only use it sometimes, baby.
Or maybe I'll be like, well, why do you use it? Or what's the issue? Or
what about this? What if you seen it dripping down his head?
Yeah.
And y'all out somewhere, like, let's just say y'all out to eat. You're like, damn, it sure is hot in here.
Yeah, no.
And you see, like, it coming down the sides. You're like, yeah, you all right? Something wrong with you? Why are you looking at me like that? You would say something?
Yeah, I'd probably be like, you dripping stuff down your head. Like, what's that?
Damn, I ain't got the air on in here. I sure am hot. I'm hungry too, baby.
Yeah.
So a year, 2 years, it's over after that.
I mean, what else? I ain't got nothing in it. We ain't married or nothing. It shouldn't be that hard to.
So what? Even if that's your boyfriend, 2 years don't mean nothing. Dating is different. Like I don't understand the dating stuff. Let's just say boyfriend, because I don't get to dating. So if that's your boyfriend doing that, like he ain't gonna be your boyfriend no more.
I don't say that.
That's what I'm asking. Okay, let's get deep.
I don't know.
Because I'm a doubt that you gonna date somebody for a year. He's not your boyfriend, right? Mm-hmm. Right. So let's just say a year and a half, whatever. This is your boyfriend, and he's getting sprayed on.
I mean, I probably would ask why and just figure out why.
So I'm gonna go get some spray. I'm going to your barber, and I'm getting the sprayed on. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna come in there and be like, "What's up, shawty?" And I'm gonna get some waves. Cause I think they do the waves too, don't they?
My barber don't. But.
I don't know. Now, so you would say something.
Yeah, I would say something.
But you wouldn't break up with your boyfriend over.
I don't think so.
Not the spray.
No.
But the weave, you will break up over on your boyfriend. Mm-hmm. You find out that the locks that he get, that those are not real. They're down his back. Mm-hmm. No. And you'll break up with him. What about the dudes that's getting the fake beards? You seen those? Mm-hmm. Come on, man. The fake beards? Yeah, dudes is getting fake beards.
The hair pieces. Mm-hmm.
They getting fake beards? That's too much, ain't it? That's way too much.
Yeah. If you can't grow a beard, you can't.
Just let it go. That's too much, right? Mm-hmm. So.
And the thing with that too is like, is you getting that every week? Is you putting it on, taking it off? Like that's something you have to constantly do. It ain't like you gonna get that beard one week and next week be like, yeah, I cut it. Then the next week you got it again. So that's gonna have to be something that you keep up. So yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be surprised about who beard is real, who beard is fake. Especially if they're a celebrity and they have money.
You're right. Right.
I'm sure.
I get it when they do it for a movie, but I can't do it.
Yeah, and I'm sure they do it for a lot of TV shows and movies because you gotta have that certain look or that look
Right.
they're going for.
Right.
But just to do it regular life.
Nah, shot it. Well, I think that's gonna sum it up. I ain't doing none of that spray on stuff. I'm be bald. And for the men that I think having a problem, these just like these women that got these issues, these men got these issues. And boy, when I tell you they scared to show their real true self and who they are, they scared to be exposed on who they really are. And not exposed like something hidden about them, but they scared to be exposed about what else is they hiding and who they really are up under that stuff. So, I mean, because, you go to revealing who they really are and what they dealing with over a course of time. But, we got a pop-up shop coming up. Saturday. That's going to be exciting, right?
Yeah, it's in Decatur. If you're in Decatur, live in Decatur, near Decatur, by Decatur, from Decatur.
It's not Decatur. It's Decatur.
Whatever.
Or Cater.
Stop by.
No, you don't say stop by. You say stop by.
Stop by.
Stop by.
Let me see the information on it.
You say it's in Decatur, shout it.
Yeah,
in Decatur, where it's greater.
It's going to be at 2920 Ember Drive, Decatur.
Zip code
30032. 2920 EMBER Drive.
Ember.
And that's going to be Saturday the 18th from 3 to 7. There's supposed to be like 20 or more vendors, indoor and outdoor. They have performances, they have DJs, they are gonna have food and drinks. And
should we dress up or just dress nice? No dressing up.
Like dress up like what?
Like button up?
No.
Just a nice shirt. T-shirt. I could wear a t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna go get a shirt made with my logo on it.
Great. And I'll just wear a shirt. Yeah.
So, yes, so that's my first pop-up shop. I'm hoping to sell. If not, it's fine as well. But I'm going in with some high expectations, I guess.
Right. As you should. And if they want more information on that, or to buy from when the website get up, because the website is down because of GoDaddy issues. But follow you on social media at
Mrs. Curvy Flavors Boutique.
And your other page, Instagram is?
My personal page?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I am his Mrs. Dyson.
And that's your name on Facebook, correct?
No.
Was it on Facebook?
Just my name, my government name.
Oh, government. Okay. All right. Well, you can follow me at Your Benevolent Coach on Instagram, Facebook, Benevolent Coach on Twitter. You can follow us on The Dyson's Effect on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and you can email us at thedysoneffect@hotmail.com. Please get in contact with us, email us, share us any advice, any tips, anything that you want to give us, questions that you may have, topics or whatever. And as usual, this is the one and only Johnny.
And this is Theresa.
And this is another episode of the Dyson's Effect. Peace, love.